Hey everybody, Rob here from Palcast. I'm here today to do a very quick review of Ash vs. Evil Dead, and for some reason, I was the one tasked with this specifically out of all the Palcasters. I really can't think of why. Real quick, Ash vs. Evil Dead is a continuation of the original Evil Dead films. First one was about 5 teenagers going to a cabin in the woods. They read from the Necronomicon, or the Book of the Dead, as it was not yet called the Necronomicon in the first movie, and unleashed evil spirits. One by one, everybody gets possessed, and our hero Ash has to kill his own friends. The second one kind of is a retelling of the first one. In this version, it's just Ash going to a cabin in the woods with his girlfriend, and then more people end up joining up. His hand gets possessed, he lops it off at the wrist, and then finally in the third one, our hero Ash is taken back in time with the evil and finally makes his way back to the present. Anyway, Ash vs. Evil Dead is airing on Starz. It had its premiere on Halloween. And it's set 30 years after the original films. You know, Ash has been hiding out from the evil, and it gets released again, and so now he has to step up to the challenge, and that's kind of the premise for the series. So, starting off with just a few of the bad things. First off, I'm not sure, objectively, I don't think everyone will like it. It is definitely for the fans of the series. It's a pretty basic plot. But that being said, I do think they might broaden their audience. It's a lot of fun. And also the other thing that kind of did not work well with me was the CGI. Not that I have anything against CGI when it's done well, but it just looked, the few times that they use it, it just looks so terrible, especially when it's kind of next to a really well done prop or makeup job or something like that. But, you know, the better things. First off, I was actually really uneasy seeing how Bruce Campbell was portraying Ash in some of the clips, some of the previews for the series. He was funny, he was charming, but he seemed more like funny, charming Bruce Campbell rather than funny, charming, cocky, but still kind of dark somehow Ash from the original series. But as the television show gets going, as the first episode gets going, it just more and more, it becomes more like the Ash that we're familiar with from Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Definitely aged, and, you know, he's a little bit different.
And we chatted about a particular book. It was about an immigration, but anyway.
But it's still a lot of fun. Another thing about the series, this is going to have so much stuff for fans to really dig into and find all these little nods to the original films. And this is because there are all these little jokes and little gags that are repeated. There are even camera angles repeated. Obviously the forced POV, you know, the look of the demon zooming in as it's chasing somebody, that's still in there obviously. But those are all great things. There are even little musical notes from the original films that they use as cues again in these movies, and they're wonderful. That, Chris, that music cue, Chris, do you know what it's from? Do you know what it's, no, Chris, it's from Army of Darkness. In the graveyard, Chris, in the graveyard. It was in Graveyard and Army of Darkness. Did you hear it? Should we go back? Let's go back. So there's a lot of hidden stuff in there that people will just be finding for a while, I'm sure. The other part of the soundtrack that's not theirs is the classic rock music, and it fits in so well with this series because the classic rock songs that they use, they're fun and they're fast. And it feels like, you know, you're listening to an old classic and you're really grooving out to it. And I think that's the point of the series, you know. The series is a classic, it's back, and we're all having fun with it again. Another good thing is actually the time frame of the show. You know, people were complaining that these episodes were not going to be an hour long, that they were only going to be 30 minutes long. It's actually a good thing now that I've seen it. You know, hour long, The movies were only about 70 to 80 minutes themselves each, and they had a lot to cover in that time frame. For the episodes to be an hour long, that would just kind of seem long for an individual plot of each episode. And the way the 30 minutes actually helps is the cuts are fast, the humor's fast, the movement's fast, the plot goes fast. Like, that's kind of what they're going for in the show. They just want you to keep getting hit over and over and over and over again. So, a lot of great things about the show. I can't wait to see where else they go with it. And, I think I probably liked it okay,
How does it feel?
Groovy.
Yes! Ah! He said the line! Oh, he said the line, Chris. He said the line. He said the fucking line. He said it. I'm gonna go pick a fight. No, I think it was pretty good. I think it was pretty fucking great. So check it out.